Hey everyone, it's Donnie Lowy at Closeoutexplosion.com. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today I'd like to discuss with you how to sell wholesale pallets of merchandise to the Caribbean. There's a lot of opportunities out there in the Caribbean. People need merchandise, whether it's on a retail level or on a wholesale basis. If you want to sell wholesale, I would recommend that you consider buying a pallet or buying a large assortment of merchandise and then going ahead and supplying that to retailers. You can look for retailers online. You can look for retailers through Facebook. You can actually advertise on Facebook and target your advertising towards Caribbean businesses. You can use Google AdWords, or you could just simply go online and do a search for stores in the Caribbean or stores in the country that you're selling to, whether you're selling it to Trinidad and Tobago, to Guyana, to Haiti, to Jamaica, to St. Lucia, to the Cayman Islands, and so on. You can do a search on Google for stores in those countries, and then you could call them up, email them, find out what kind of products you're looking for, or let them know what products you have access to, and then try to make the sale. Now, how do you get pallets of merchandise? You can buy them from a closeout warehouse like my warehouse. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. You could buy pallets from other closeout and wholesale warehouses. You can also go on websites that specifically sell by the pallet. There are many liquidation companies that sell by the pallet. There's B-Stock Solutions. B-Stock Solutions is basically a facilitator. They stand in the middle between the retailers who want to liquidate their overstock or their store return merchandise, such as Walmart, Costco, I believe Sears, Kmart. There are many different companies. And you can also contact companies directly to try to buy by the pallet from them. You know, I've done that. One of the first closeouts that I ever bought was Kit Socks. I contacted a factory and I ended up buying from them all the pallets of the Kit Socks that they had available. You can do that. Make sure that you are buying merchandise that is appreciated, that is appropriate for your market. So if you are going to buy electronics, you have to see if those electronics are suitable for the country that you're going to be selling to, or if the electronics are appropriate at all for the market. You know, are people looking for those products? Same thing with clothing. You know, you could get some really good prices, for example, on brand name dress pallets. You have to make sure if those are the dresses that people in your market are looking for. Now, you don't need that every single piece in that pallet should be a perfect item for your market. As long as you've gotten a good enough price that you can make a profit on what you're selling, and that profit makes up for the items that you might not be able to sell, then you're okay. Now, as far as shipping the products to your market, so there are many freight forwarders that ship to the Caribbean, and you should definitely, you know, contact. There's many of them. You have, for instance, there's St. Lucia Express, there is Tropical Shipping, there is Le Parkin. I mean, there's many different companies, and there are airlines that you can ship through. You can do it by sea, by air. You can do it on a freight collect basis, prepaid basis. If you are going to ship by the pallet, I recommend you use a freight forwarder, because pallets, of course, as you know, they can be quite heavy, and if you're going to use the U.S. Postal Service, or you're going to use UPS or DHL or FedEx, yeah, the order is going to get there really quickly, but you're going to end up paying a lot per pound or per kilo, depending on how they charge. Now, if you are going to be shipping by the barrel, then of course you're going to have to break that pallet down, and you're going to have to, you know, put in a barrel, or if you ship it by the box, you're going to have to repack it by the box. If someone is expecting to receive a pallet from you, then you need to explain to them that you are selling them an entire pallet, but that you need to break it down in order to ship it. And if that's not the case, they want it as it is, they want to shrink that by the pallet, you might have to ship it by the container. In that case, find out if you can be part of a container, meaning if there's a shipping company that's already shipping a container, can they load your pallet in the container? Or perhaps what you might want to do is make a deal with your wholesale buyer, with the retailer in Guyana, with the retailer in Trinidad and Tobago, with a retailer in Barbados or the Bahamas. Make a deal where you sell them multiple pallets. This way, you can ship them an entire container. Of course, I'm sure, you know, they'll understand. You could explain to them that you could get them a better rate if it's a larger shipment than if it is, you know, a shipment just of, you know, 50 or 60 pounds. Generally speaking, if you're shipping by the container, you'll get a better rate than if you're shipping simply, you know, by the barrel or by the box. If you have any questions, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd be very happy to do business with you. One last tip I'd recommend is use WhatsApp. It's a great tool. take a video, take pictures. You could communicate a lot faster. If you're simply communicating by email, that's the way that I used to do. I used to do pretty much just phone and email. You're really limiting yourself, because you'll send an email to someone in the Caribbean, then they have to wait to check on their computer or on their phone. But if you're doing WhatsApp, you can communicate instantly. You can, forward videos, send people pictures. I recommend you definitely explore that. And another advantage when you're doing business with people in the Caribbean, I'm assuming, I'm here in the United States, so if you're in the United States, then you can ask them if they have any relatives or friends to come to your warehouse to check your warehouse out. Another thing a lot of people do in the Caribbean is they travel to the United States, and they go to department stores, they go to retailers, discount stores, they look for items on clearance, they look for big sales, and they buy that and they ship it back to the Caribbean. So you can kind of do the same thing. You could go around, go to different wholesalers, go to discount outlets, go to large retailers, see what they have on clearance, go to department stores when they have their sales, buy a lot of merchandise and create a pallet, then send pictures or videos of the items that you have, and then you could send it to your customer. Or if you have a relative or a friend that has a store in the Caribbean, then go ahead and buy a lot of different items from a lot of different places, or from one source if you get a really good deal, and then ship that merchandise to your family or to your friend. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'd be very happy to do business with you. I supply merchandise to many retailers throughout the Caribbean, and I'm happy to do business with you as well. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. Thank you and have an amazing day.